Hey, Jocelyn, what's love got to do with it? Got to do with it? Well, God is love. So, hi everyone, and welcome to Storytime with Jocelyn. This week begins February, so we're going to do all kinds of stories on love. And me and Jocelyn have an unconditional love. Do you know what that means? Unconditional, which is the kind of love that God has for you. So today's fun story that we're going to start with is called That Yucky Love Thing. And it is written by Michael Catchpool and Victoria Ball. So let us begin and have some fun, right, Jocelyn? Because what's love got to do with it? So let us begin. With that yucky love thing. Sam was fed up. There was too much of that yucky love thing around for his liking. Wherever he turned, it was there. His mom and his dad were always hugging, yuck, and kissing, ooh, yuck. His grandparents were even worse, Jocelyn, double yuck. His sister was no better. She was always holding hands with her boyfriend, Wayne, or Scott, or Tristan. Our pastor says, friend boy. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Or listening to songs about love, Jocelyn, or sighing about it, or giggling about it. Sometimes she even cried about it with her friend Emily. Double yuck. I know, Joss. Sam had had enough. He needed to escape. That yucky love thing, it is not for me, he said. So he got on his bike and cycled away. He pedaled and he pedaled until he came to a deep, dark jungle, Jocelyn. Now, Jocelyn loves Mama's kisses, don't you? Yeah, yeah. But that was no better. It was even worse. The monkey swung through the trees, arm in arm. Yuck. The elephants gave each other long, wet kisses with their long, wet trunks. Yuck. And the bears spent all day hugging. Double yuck. I can't stand this. This yucky love thing, it's not for me. Sam told a tiger as he got on his bike and cycled away. Sam went to the bottom of the sea in a submarine he borrowed from an old sailor who was practicing his hornpipe. But Jocelyn, that was no better either. It was worse. The dolphins blew heart-shaped bubbles at each other. Yuck. The big blue whales gave each other big blue kisses with their big blue lips. And there's nothing quite as big as a big blue whale kiss. Yuck. I know, Jocelyn, even the crabs spent all day holding claws. Double yuck. I can't stand this, said Sam. I must get away. This yucky love thing, it's not for me. So Sam went to the moon in a rocket of his own design. But guess what? That was no better either. It was worse, much worse. Down in the craters behind the moon rocks, the moon aliens were all holding hands. And they had a lot of hands. Yuck. Jocelyn loves to hold Mama's hand. Sometimes. She pulls that one. And kissing. They had a lot of lips too. Yuck, 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 yuck. I can't stand this, said Sam. This yucky love thing. It's not for me, Jocelyn. There must be somewhere I can go. Sam got into a boat and set sail. He found himself on a tiny island, all alone, Jocelyn. He sat under a palm tree in the shade. Ah, that's better, he said. Now I'm all alone. There won't be any more of that yucky love thing. Sam gathered shells on his own. He lined them up on the sand and watched the sea wash all of them around. And Sam scrambled over the slippery rocks and popped seaweed on his own. He even jumped over the waves, Jocelyn, all by himself, his toes sinking in the wet sand. Ah, that's better, he said quietly. But there was no one there to hear him. So Sam watched the sun go down on his island all by himself. When the sun arose, a big shadow appeared. Someone was standing over him. "Who are you?" asked Sam. "And what are you doing on my island?" "I'm Samantha, and this is my island." "No, it's not. It's mine," said Sam. "I've come here to get away from all that yucky love thing." "So have I," laughed Samantha. "It's yucky, isn't it?" "Double yucky," said Sam. "There's too much of it for my liking." "And mine," said Samantha. So Sam and Samantha spent all day getting right away from it. They collected shells together. They jumped over waves. And they even clambered over the slippery rocks. Until Sam slipped and tripped and fell. "Gotcha!" said Samantha, catching him by the hand. "Thank you," said Sam. "You're welcome," replied Samantha, and she gave his hand a little squeeze. Then Sam and Samantha held hands all the way along the beach, Jocelyn. "Yuck," said Sam. "Double yuck," laughed Samantha. And that is the end of that yucky love thing. And we will see you next week for a Valentine's Day story and poem. So I hope you join us for that. And I hope you have a wonderful and blessed weekend. And also a next week. Thank you for joining us for Storytime. And God loves you. Bye-bye.